Is Taiwan more important to Trump than Kyiv?
Well, absolutely.
You've
Yes, absolutely. Taiwan is more important to him than Kiev because it's worth more, so to speak, and the stakes are high. But he is, excuse me, please, internally ready to give it up, just like Kiev, but only at a different price.
you just touched on the South China Sea issue. I'd like you to say a bit more about that. Why Taiwan is more important than, well, that's just how I phrased it.
You see, many people perceive Trump's policy as anti-Chinese. That's supposedly, well, and Trump is generally a great master of selling a retreat as an offensive. But he,
And that reminds us of someone.
yes, it reminds us of someone that is, but apparently still Trump plays in the Premier League. And I just mentioned, as it were, that essentially globally, the whole policy, MAGA is a policy of retreat wrapped in the formula of returning to greatness. But there's also a specific aspect that is, this anti Chinese rhetoric is perceived as we will put China in its place. But in reality, Trump is pursuing a course of decoupling from China. That is, Trump's task is to part ways with China in such a way as to, on the one hand, move the battle into the future because there are different calculations, including those that China is passing the zenith of its success. Or maybe not, who knows, we'll see. To protect ourselves now, at this stage, not to allow ourselves to be taken advantage of, and at the same time to take into account the realities that cannot be ignored, China's increased power. Therefore, Trump is not in a military position with China, but in reality in a trade position, actually in a trade position. And from my point of view, I could, of course, be wrong. In this trade position, the Taiwan issue is a question of what exactly Trump wants to get in exchange. That is, Taiwan is part of the trade position.
And Kyiv. In this sense, Kyiv.
And for Trump, Kyiv is also, as it is for all American isolationists and hardline Republicans. That is, I'm specifically talking about this movement because for America as a whole, it's not like that. There are other forces that view this as a matter of principle, also for various reasons. But for this political force that Trump represents, and even more so, those who represent it more than Trump, Vance, certainly the general ideology is that America has no interest so far out in the Asian steppes.